Welcome back to High Button Sports. My name is James Bryan, bringing you some Nova Scotia U15 major action here at the Dartmouth Sportsplex in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, between the Dartmouth Whalers and the visiting Halifax Wolverines. A cross-pond rivalry game here today at the Dartmouth Sportsplex is about to get underway. Halifax coming into this game with a 2-game win streak. They're sitting in 6th place in the league at 7-5. One of those wins on that win streak coming against the Whalers last Friday. The Whalers 10th place, 2-10-1, good for 7 points on a 5-game losing streak, looking to snap that. As here we go. Weiland to Parker. Parker to Berger. Or Gauthier. Played behind by Ye. Up to McKay. McKay to Parker. Parker up to Rutledge. Rutledge shoots it down. Played by Wakeham. Wakeham up to Brown. Brown to Taylor. Taylor to Wakeham. Here comes Mason Wakeham. Puts it through the legs. Wakeham stays on his feet. Unable to get through. Puck collected by Parker. Parker tries to find Rutledge. Wakeham kicks out to Taylor. Taylor loses it. Taylor knocked off the puck by Parker. Here's Parker. Parker takes a tumble. Puck taken away by Wakeham. Wakeham fires it up to Brown. Brown puts it through. Played by Ripley in the defensive end. Ripley. Here comes Ripley. Back to Shearer. Shearer's shot whiffs on it. Finds McDougall. McDougall up to Williams. Williams to McDonald. Now here's McDonald with a McDonald shot. Saved by Higgs. McDonald now still with it. McDonald out to Shearer. Shearer shot. Saved by Higgs. Williams played him by McDonald. Another shot. Just wide. Shearer. Down to Williams. Or McDonald. McDonald. Shot. Saved by Higgs. Puck is loose. Kicked away. And looks like this might be an icing here. And yes, it is. So with 13:15 to go here in the first period, we will get our first face-off since the initial puck drop, and it will be in the Wolverines' offensive end. Go back to Wyan. Wyan, shot. Played behind by Conlon. Conlon. Down to Kopak. Kopak. Tries to find Laterio front, no good. Taken away by McDonald. Here comes Colin McDonald. McDonald up the boards. Past Wyan. McDonald shot. City scores! Callum McDonald on an awkward angle puts it right past Tanner Ye, and the Whalers take a early 1-0 lead. Callum McDonald with his first career goal in the Nova Scotia U15 League. Congratulations, young man. And what a big time for him to do it. Here's Henry Berger. Berger behind to Sim. Sim up. Played by Chisholm. Chisholm. Hit by Conlon. Played by Chip now. Chip up to Berger. Berger pass to Wyan. Wyan shot. Saved by Higgs. Wyan with it. Wyan. Down to Kopak. Kopak. Up to Schneier. Schneier to Berger. Berger loses it. To Wyan. Wyan dumps it down. Play behind by Higgs. Higgs drops her stick. Now Taylor has it. Taylor. Up to Sear. Sear loses it. And now Wakeham will play the puck behind the net. Wakeham up to Sim. Sim up to Danton. Here comes Tanner Danton. Danton dumps it down. Played by Ye. Now Sim will get the puck. Sim up to Norton Connors. Norton Connors shot just high. Played by Danton. Danton angles it off to Sim. Sim back to Wakeham. Wakeham over to Norton Connors. Norton Connors can't get a stick on it. Norton Connors dumps it down. Play behind by Tanner Yeh. Yeh. Plays to Sim. Sim up. Shot. Saved by Higgs. And here's Craig with it. Craig up to Danton. Danton fires it down. Played by Ripley. Ripley now going for it. Up to McDonald. McDonald to Harple. Harple taken away by the Whalers. McDonald with it. McDonald up. Intercepted by Brown. Now here comes Brown. Brown loses it. Stolen away by Ripley. Ripley taken away by Chisholm. Chisholm taken away by McDonald. Now here's McDonald. Shots just wide. Ripley plays it at the blue line. Ripley down to Harple. Harple up through to Brown. Brown played by Ripley at the blue line. Taylor kicks it up. Taylor to Johnson. Johnson shot just high. Now here's McDonald with it. McDonald up to Shearer. Played by the Whalers. Now here's Brown. Brown gets past Harple. Brown shoots it down. Played by Yeh. Up the boards to Harple. Harple. Conlon. Big hit by Brown. Here's McDougall with it. Jack McDougall. Played back to Wakeham. Wakeham poked away by Lateria. Big hit there. And that will be a penalty. Looks like it's going to be 2 minutes for interference going towards Mason Wakeham. So the Wolverines will get their first chance on the power play here tonight. A power play that is put upon them at a very important time. Down 1-0, looking to tie this game up. And there's one back to Wyand. Wyand to Kopak. Kopak down to Conlon. Conlon back to Kopak. Kopak to Wyand. Wyand over to Sim. Sim shot blocked by McDonald. Played by Conlon. Conlon back to Kopak. Kopak to Wyand. Wyand shot blocked out front by Taylor. Now here's McDonald. McDonald dumps it down. Kept in by Wyand. McDougall tries to get it. No good. That will be played by Kopak. Kopak to Wyand. Wyand coming through. Wyand played up by McDougall. McDougall pokes it through. Played by Jared Conlon. Conlon now. Conlon shot. Just rings off the post. No good. Now Kopak has it. Kopak to Williams. Williams back through, intercepted by McDonald. McDonald puts it through. Now Williams will collect it. Williams over to Ripley. Ripley to Lateria. Lateria broken up by Taylor. Now Parker has it. Parker shot saved by Higgs. Taylor gets it out. Now McKay has it. McKay. And that will be offside. So with 8:46 remaining in this first period and 45 seconds remaining on the power play, we will get a neutral zone face-off. Still on the power play here, Wolverines looking to equalize this game. Bruce. Now here's Williams. Williams. Pass to Ripley. Ripley. Down to Parker. 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 Up to Ripley. Ripley. Shot from the point. Saved by Higgs. Covered. Wolverines are doing a great job at moving the puck here on this power play. However, unable to get clean shots off, as Lydia Higgs has made a couple nice saves early here to start this Saturday night hockey action. Berger. Pass to Parker. Parker to Berger. Berger back to Parker. Parker shot blocked. Craig up. Kept alive by Berger. Berger now. Shot down. Played behind by Chisholm. Chisholm up. Chisholm up to Parker keeps it in. Parker. Drop pass to Lateria. To Williams now. Williams Back to, Schneier. Schneier shot. Another save by Higgs. And this power play is over in case you missed it, which means that we are back to 5-on-5 hockey action here. McDonald wins. Back, won by Wakeham. Wakeham up to Chip. Chip. Pass back to Wakeham. Wakeham up to Sear. Sear played by Harple. Harple down to Taylor. Up to Sear. Sear through to Chip. Chip. Backhand pass to Wakeham. Wakeham now. Wakeham shot just high, and that hits the mesh. So we will get a stoppage in the action and a Whalers offensive zone faceoff. Mason Wakeham played a couple games for the Steel Subaru earlier in the year. He is using that experience in the U18 Major League and having a quite successful season in the U15 League. Stuff one here, Shearer, down to Sim, Sim, back to Shearer, Shearer. Another puck, okay. Taylor, shot, block save. Brown with it behind the net, Brown to Johnson. Johnson through to Taylor, Taylor, shot by Sim. Taylor, down to Brown, Brown. Knocked off the puck. Taylor now, Taylor, up to Taylor. Taylor, shot, tipped, save. Johnson poking through. Shearer now. Shearer pokes up to Harple. Harple to Wakeham. Wakeham up to Brown. Brown through, taken by Wakeham. Wakeham now. Tries a toe drag, no good. Taken by McDonald. McDonald up to Berger. Berger. Intercepted by McDonald at the blue line. McDonald back to Mosher. Mosher unable to stay with it. Mosher. Pass down to Craig. Craig back up to McDonald. McDonald now. Coming through. Conlon to Kopak. Kopak skates past Norton Connors. Kopak shot. Another save by Higgs. Lydia Higgs has had an awesome 9 minutes to start this game. Shout out to the sponsors of the Dartmouth Whalers. Puck dropped here, won by the Whalers. It's Norton Connors. Norton Connors up to Taylor. Taylor. They're digging for it. Here's Taylor now. Up to Conlon. Conlon saved by Craig. Craig down to Norton Connors. Norton Connors up to Taylor. Taylor now to Kopak. Kopak. Kopak shot. Scores! Max Kopak goes bar down. And the Wolverines tie it up with their first goal of the game. Max Kopak with his 9th goal of the season, an absolute snipe. Bar down goal on Lydia Higgs. Rutledge knocked off the puck. Taylor up, intercepted by Parker. Parker shot, blocked by Chisholm. Taylor, Sim down to Taylor. Taylor up to Levi Chisholm. Chisholm up, intercepted by Sim. Sim dumps it in, that will be offside. Taylor up to Danton. Danton deflects it down. Williams now. Williams up, blocked by Bruce. Bruce, Rutledge now. Rutledge blocked by Sim. Sim, now here's Shearer with it. Shearer. Shearer to Rutledge. Rutledge back to Shearer. Shearer up to Wyand. Wyand to Shearer to Berger. Here's Henry Berger. Berger. Down to Rutledge. Then here's McDonald with it. McDonald to Wyand. Wyand shot blocked by Taylor. Wyand to McDonald. McDonald to Shearer. Shearer shot just wide. Rebound. Shot, and that looks like it's covered. Nice job by Lydia Higgs to spread out and make that save. Lachlan McKay almost had one there. So we will have a offensive zone face-off. Face-off won by the Wolverines. Berger, pass over to Wyand. Wyand, shot saved by Higgs. Rebound collected by McDonald. McDonald, shot, another save by Higgs. Norton Connors pokes it free to Sear. Taken by Berger. Berger through to McDonald. McDonald, blocked by Sear. Sear, intercepted by Chip. Chip to LaRue. LaRue over to Norton Connors. Norton Connors shot, tipped by Chip, but saved by Tanner Yeh. So with 3:31 to go in this first period, we will have a Whalers offensive zone faceoff. Kason Norton Connors still looking for his first goal of the season. Nice shot there, however, unable to find the back of the net. Face-off one here. Williams to Ripley to Taylor. Taylor down to Johnson. Now here's Williams with it. Williams skating up. Brown chips it in. Williams to Lateria to Brown. Now here's Kopak. Kopak up to Conlon. Here's Jared Conlon. Conlon shot blocked by Norton Connors. Taylor. Ripley now. Ripley shot tipped. Saved by Higgs. Norton Connors with the puck. Norton Connors fires it up. Played by Williams. Williams. Pass blocked by Brown. Collected by Rutledge. Rutledge pokes it through. Now here's Schneer. Schneer up to Rutledge. Rutledge tries to tip it in. No good. Brown. Now here's Brown. And that will be offside. So we will have a neutral zone face-off. Congratulations to 803-8485. If that is your number, you are the lucky winner of the Whalers 50-50. So congratulations to you. Wyand to Sim. Sim up to Craig. No ice. Craig gets the puck. Craig up to Sear. Sear to Chip. Here's Chip. Chip chips it down. Chip sandwich on the boards there. Played up by LaRue. LaRue out front, tries to find Sear, no good. And that will be a penalty though. Looks like that penalty. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Looks like that will go to Austin Rutledge. So we will now get our first look at the Whalers power play. Whalers have not been able to get much sustained pressure in the offensive zone this game. It is tied 1-1. They've been largely unsuccessful in that factor. So now Johnson has the puck. Johnson through, up to Wakeham. Wakeham to Taylor. Taylor back to Wakeham. Wakeham shot, save by Yeah. Face-off upcoming here. Shearer, Ripley. Played by Taylor now. Taylor down to LaRue. LaRue to Taylor. Taylor shot. Saved by Ye. Minute 44 to go here. Minute 36 remaining on the power play. So when this power play is done, that will just about do it for the first period. Unless the Whalers are able to put one in the back of the net here. Of course. Jackson LaRue in to take the face off. LaRue wins back to Taylor. Taylor loses at the blue line. Taylor up to Taylor. Taylor dumps it down. Wakeham with it now. Wakeham. Now here's McDonald. McDonald. Up. Played behind by Taylor. Taylor up to Wakeham. Wakeham. Skate coming through. Wakeham. Through to LaRue. LaRue up to Taylor. Taylor. Shot save. LaRue gets a rebound. LaRue down to Wakeham behind the net. Wakeham. Shot. Save by Taylor up front of Wakeham. Wakeham with the puck. Wakeham. Backhand shot. No good. LaRue now. LaRue to Taylor. Taylor back to LaRue. LaRue over to Johnson. Johnson fans on a shot. Sim now. And Sim falls down. That will be a penalty for tripping. Yes. So that power play is over for the Whalers. They will play 4-on-4 before the Wolverines. Before the Wolverines power play starts, Carson Johnson going to the box, 2 minutes for tripping, and that's an easy call for the refs to make right there. Face-off won by the Wolverines is Kopak to Berger. Berger back down to Kopak. Kopak. Shot. Conley can't find it. Here's Norton Connors. Norton Connors. Chipped up. Played by Berger. Berger now. Berger dumps it down to Higgs. Higgs to Norton Connors. Norton Connors. Up. Y end to Kopak. Norton Connors now to Berger. And that will do it for the first period. I'm James Bryan. Don't go away. We'll see you in the second. Welcome back to this 1-1 hockey game here at the Dartmouth Sportsplex. I am James Bryan, and the second period has just started. The Wolverines begin the period on the man advantage here as Wyant gets it to McDonald. McDonald. Drop to Shearer. Shearer. Around. Going around again. Shearer. Up to McDonald. McDonald. To Wyand. Wyand. To Sim. Sim. Shot. Tipped by Shearer. Shearer. Up to McDonald. McDonald. Down to Shearer. Shearer up to Wyand. Wyand. Shot. Saved by Higgs. Bruce. Dumps it down. Played by in their defensive zone. Collected by Wyand. Wyand. Coming through. Up to Schneier. Schneier to McKay. McKay. McKay down to Schneier. Schneier up to McKay. McKay. Back to Williams. Williams. Down to McKay. McKay. Down to Schneier. Schneier. Up to McKay. McKay. Shot. Saved by Higgs. Taylor puts it through. Up to Johnson. Johnson. Up to McDougall. McDougall. Ripley now with it. Ripley. To Kopak. Kopak. Kopak coming through. Kopak shot. Just wide. Williams now with it. Williams. Shot. Just wide again. Off the stick of Norton Connors. Norton Connors. To McKay. McKay to Ripley. Ripley. Shot. Saved by Higgs. Parker to Brown. Brown. Up to McDonald. Here's McDonald already with 1 goal today. McDonald up to Johnson. Johnson out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. Johnson down to McDougall. McDougall shot just wide. Now here's Lateria with it. Lateria. Lateria. Shot. Saved by Higgs. Lateria. Again with it. Played by Craig. Craig. Down to Sim. Down to Brown. Parker shot. Saved by Higgs. Parker. Taylor. Taylor to Brown. Brown. Up to Mosher. And here's Jax Mosher. Mosher. Offside. So they'll have to reset. Here's Berger now. Berger to Wyand. Wyand up to McKay. McKay. Steps through. Gets past Craig. Unable to make anything of it. Conlon now. Conlon. Shot saved by Higgs. Kopak up to McKay. McKay. Backhand shot saved by Higgs. McKay looking like another former Wolverine there. Nate McKay. Now of the Halifax McDonald's. Halifax Max took their first loss of the season yesterday to the Still Subaru 3-2. You can catch the Subaru in action tomorrow here at the Zaston Sportsplex at 1:15, where they take on the Cape Breton West Islanders. James Bryan, myself, of course, on the call. Bruce to Chisholm. Chisholm to Lateria behind the net. Lateria broken up by Taylor. Taylor up to Sim. Sim chips it up. And icing will be the call. So we will have an offensive zone face-off here for the Wolverines. Lateria. Coming through. Bruce. Up. Intercepted by Sim. Kopak. To Conlon. Conlon loses it. Conlon. Up to Kopak. Kopak coming through. Kopak to Rutledge. Rutledge. Shot. Blocked by Chisholm. Rutledge still with the puck. Rutledge. Up to Berger. Berger dumps it in. Played by Taylor behind the net. Taylor. Up to Sim. Berger fighting there. Good effort by Berger to keep it in. Rutledge. Puck stays on side. No good. Now taken by Bruce. Bruce dumps it down. And that will be an ice. So with 15:39 to go, we'll have another Wolverines offensive zone face-off. Wyand down. Played by Kopak. Kopak down to Lateria. Lateria. Up to Kopak. Kopak. Backdoor to Conlon. Conlon shot. Just high. Nice chance there by Jared Conlon. However, unable to bury the puck. And looks like he's not going to be too happy about that one. And now, here we go. Face off, tied up. Shot by McDonald, no good. Wakeham. McDonald up to Ripley. Ripley, shot, saved by Higgs. Norton Connors. Up, poked through by Chip. Chip up to Sear. Sear can't play it. Now here's Ripley. Ripley to McDonald. McDonald to Shearer. Shearer. Dangles around. Shearer tries to find someone out front. No good. Taken away by Higgs. Now here's Chip with the puck. Chip puts it over the head of Berger. And that puck will be covered by Ye. So we will have a offensive zone faceoff here for the Whalers with 14:37 remaining in the second period. McDougall. McDonald now. To Williams. Williams down to Sim. Sim up to Shearer. Shearer to McDonald. McDonald to Mosher now. Mosher. Play taken away by Shearer. Shearer up to Harpel. Harpel. Harpel through to McDonald. McDonald shot just high. Another stoppage here. I'm fine with these U15 games. The second periods always feel like they take forever. At least take a lot longer than the third and the first stop. But the first is 5 minutes less, obviously. However, just feels like the second takes a long time. Anyways, puck dropped here. Won by Berger. Berger down to McKay. McKay. Down to Parker. Parker. Up to Berger. Berger shot. Saved by Higgs. Played by Schneer. Schneer shot to Parker. Parker up to Berger. Berger down. Berger down to McKay. McKay to Parker. Parker intercepted by McDonald. McDonald up to Mosher. Mosher puts it through, and Mosher goes into the crossbar. Looks like the Whalers coaches wanted some calls there. I don't think there will be any penalties given. However, they will need to put the net back on, obviously. Taylor through to Brown. Brown shot just flicks up. Oh, that's Johnson, sorry. Brown. Played by Wakeham now. Wakeham down to Taylor. Taylor. Brown. Shot down. No icing. Taylor now. Down to Brown. Back to Wakeham. Puck is loose out front. Brown shoots it. No good. Conlon with it. Conlon. Ripley. Pass down. Played by Brown. Kopak. Kopak now. Here's Taylor with it. Taylor to Lateria. Lateria up. Played by Wakeham. Wakeham now coming up with it. Wakeham. Cross back to Brown. Brown to Brown still with it now. Brown taken away by Conlon out front. Conlon up to Taylor now. Taylor through to Williams. Williams up to Sear. Battling for it here. What's the call there? Is that offside? Perhaps it may be. Play here. Back to Sim. Sim. Up now to Shearer. Shearer now. Shearer, shot saved by Higgs. And Higgs comes out of her crease to cover it. 11:57 remaining here in the second period.
Pioneer Metalworks, Nova Sun Power, Shaw Precast, Marchand Development, and Greener Inspection Services.
Harple. Played behind by Shearer. Shearer up to Sim. Sim down to Shearer. Shearer up to Sim. Sim cross to Wyand. Wyand to Shearer. Shearer to Harple. Harple. Played by Sim now. Sim across to Sear. Sear, Wyand. Wyand now to Harple. Harple. Harple shot. Glove saved by Higgs. 11:19 remaining here in this second period. We will have an offensive zone face-off here upcoming for the Wolverines. Lydia Higgs has been on fire so far tonight. Knock on wood. There must be some wood up here. That is metal. Knock on wood at home. Lydia Higgs is having an awesome game, and she has made countless saves here on countless dangerous scoring chances to keep this a tie game here for her Whalers. McKay, shot saved by Higgs. Poked out. Brown now with it. Brown. Up to Berger. Berger. Now here's Brown with it. Brown. Played by Schneer. Schneer. Up to Ripley. Ripley. That. What's the call there? Is that offside? Looks like it. 10:55 to go here in this second period. Some discussion here before the face-off. The offensive zone face-off upcoming here. It's still 5-on-5. I don't know what the whistle was for, to be honest. Kopak, shot. Save. Mosher now with it. Mosher puts it through. Up to McDougall. Now here's Taylor. Taylor. Skates past Sim. Taylor. Down to McDonald. Donald poked through by Williams. Williams now coming up with it. Williams shoots it down. Played by Taylor. Taken away by Williams. Williams puts it out front. Shot by Higgs. Conlon. Williams shoots it down. Now here's Taylor. Taylor. Up to Chisholm. Chisholm. Shoots up to Mosher. Here comes Jax Mosher. Mosher 2-on-1. Mosher shot. Save. And that goes out. 10 minutes remaining here in the second period. It is still a 1-1 hockey game. Taylor, McDonald, down to Wyand. Wyand, hit by Johnson. Puck is loose. And Brown takes a hit there. And he will need to be separated by the referees. 9:51 remaining here in the second period. Like I said, these second periods seem like they take forever compared to the third and the first. I think it's due to the ice not getting cleaned, or Zamboni or whatever. Taylor down to Johnson. Johnson tries to find Brown out front, drops to a knee, whips on the shot. Norton Connors collects the puck. Norton Connors up to Wakeham. Wakeham to Johnson. Johnson to Brown, back to Johnson. Johnson coming through to Taylor. Taylor up to Norton Connors. Norton Connors shot, scores! Kaysen Norton Connors with a snipe from the blue line, and I don't think that was tipped. I don't think it was. So that is Kaysen Norton Connors' first career goal as well. A night of firsts here for the Dartmouth Whalers as Norton Connors and as McDonald and now Norton Connors both net their first goals of the campaign and of their careers. Congratulations, Kaysen Norton Connors. Well done, young man. Here's McDonald coming through. McDonald. Passed by Williams. Now here's McDougall. McDougall. McKay. McKay up to Norton Connors. Norton Connors now. Played up here to Rutledge. Rutledge shot. Turned away by Higgs. Norton Connors with the puck. Norton Connors. Wyand keeps it in. Wyand kicks it down. Wyand. Played by Higgs behind the net. Higgs to Norton Connors. Norton Connors up to McDonald. McDonald to Wakeham. And here comes Mason Wakeham. Wakeham shot. Saved by Ye. Sim plays it now. Sim skates past Mosher. Sim now. Coming up. Sim chugging along. Shot. Saved by Higgs. Sim gets it back. Sim to Wyand. Wyand. Down to Lateria. Lateria. Coming through. Played by Bruce. Bruce up to Sim. Sim up to Wyand. Wyand to Conlon. Now here's Craig with it. Craig. Up to Sim. Sim to Wyand. Wyand chips it down. Played behind by Higgs. Conlon now. Conlon. Now here's Chisholm. Chisholm up to Danton. Now here's Berger playing the puck. Berger up to Kopak. Kopak finds Shearer. Shearer shot saved by Higgs. Puck is still loose. Harpel gets it. Harpel up to Berger. Berger fans on it. Now here comes Sim with a burst of speed. Sim breakaway. Sim loses it. Saved by Ye. Dangerous chance there for the Halifax Wolverines. However, Jude Sim unable to capitalize on a big breakaway, and the score is still 2-1. Face off one, back to Williams. Williams to Sim. Sim to Kopak. Kopak. Up, played by Taylor. Taylor shot down. To Sim. Sim. Up. To Wakeham. Wakeham. Kopak. Up to Lateria. Now here's Williams with it. Williams. Over to Conlon. Conlon up to Kopak. Kopak. Through to Lateria. Taylor now. Taylor up to Sim. Sim. Through to Schneer. Schneer. Coming up. Schneer. Through to Parker. Parker down to Rutledge. Rutledge. Shot. Save. Schneer now with it. Schneer. Up to Wyand. Wyand back to Schneer. Schneer. Down to Taylor. Taylor. Up to Johnson. Johnson, he can get some speed here. Nice chance here. Johnson. And that looks like that will be a penalty. 2 minutes for holding And Rutledge is still digging in there. So the Whalers will get another shot here on the power play with 5:42 to go in the second period. Mosher. Here's Ripley. Up to Conlon. Conlon on the penalty kill. Conlon pokes it free. Conlon to Ripley. Ripley. Up to Higgs. Higgs. Here's Craig with it. Craig. Shoots it down. Play behind by Yeah. Kopak. Poked free by McDonald. Here's Conlon. Conlon chips it up. Collected by Craig. Craig. Threw up to McDonald. McDonald. Up to McDougal. McDougal tries to find Mosher front. Taken away. Shot down by Shearer. Higgs will play it behind. 53 seconds remaining here on this power play. Wakeham or Craig with the puck behind the net. Wakeham comes onto the ice. Craig. Up to Wakeham. Wakeham. Burst of speed. Gets past Wyand. Shot down by McKay. Higgs plays the puck behind the net. Now here's Taylor with it. Taylor. Taylor. Skates around Wyand. Taylor shoots it down. Played by Yeah. Yay. To Shearer. Shearer up to McCabe. Kept in by Taylor. Taylor. Shot. Save. Up. Puck is still loose. LaRue. To Taylor. Poked through to McKay. Now here's Taylor with it. To Chisholm. Chisholm. Up to Taylor. Taylor to Taylor. Taylor. Chisholm. Puts it in, but they're offside, so they'll have to reset. Here's McDonald with it. McDonald. And that power play is over. We're back to even strength. McDonald tries to find Lettieri out front. No good. Try to wrap around. No good. Harpel. Harpel with the puck. Harpel. Shot. Scores! Leo Harpel with his second goal of the season, his 8th point. And he ties it up here for the Wolverines. Leo Harpel. Leo Harpel only with 8 points on the year. However, he's only played 8 games, so he is at a point per game, which would be good for 3rd place on this Wolverine squad. Chip. Ripley with it. Ripley to Williams. Williams. Up to Letteria. Wakeham. Shot to Chip. Harpel. McDougal. Digging for the puck on the boards. Puck is free. Harpel with it. McDonald to Harpel. Harpel shot just wide. Williams. Williams shot saved by Higgs. Ripley. Ripley down to Norton Connors. Norton Connors. Puck is loose. Played by Ripley. Ripley to Williams. Williams up. Kicked by Johnson. Wakeham. Shot down. Sear. To Norton Connors. Norton Connors up to Ripley. Ripley coming through. Ripley shot down. Wakeham. Parker. Parker now. Parker shot just high. Minute 55 remaining here in this second period. And we are all knotted up at twos. in for an exciting finish. As we get an offensive zone face-off coming up here for the Halifax Wolverines. Puck dropped. Taken up by Taylor. Taylor chips it up. Played by Berger. Berger. Back to Brown. Brown. Shot in front to Johnson. Johnson shot to Taylor. Taylor scores. No goal. The net was off. So it's no goal. That is a heartbreaking blow for the Dartmouth Whalers. The refs are getting booed. That is a big blow in what could have given them the lead before the third period. The Whalers will still have to settle for what will be a tie game currently.
Dartmouth goal was disallowed as the net was dislodged prior to the puck crossing the goal line.
Sim. Up to Harpel. Brown. Brown down to Johnson. Johnson's down to Brown. Brown shot blocked by McDonald. McDonald up. McDonald shot just wide. Ripley. Big hit from Ripley. Taylor up to Brown to Johnson. Johnson coming around. Johnson shot just wide. Brown tries to play it, no good. Taken by McDonald. McDonald up to Lateria. Lateria dangles around. Down to Harpel. Harpel shot. Say puck is loose. Higgs. Where's the puck? Puck. Puck is covered. Great effort by Lydia Higgs to make that save. And this game stays tied. .39 seconds remaining here in this second period. Wakeham knocked off the puck by Conlon. Here's Taylor. Taylor chips it up. That won't be icing. Y-end with it. Y-end. Up to Conlon. Conlon. Through to Shearer. Shearer. Shearer come down. Shot! No goal. Rings off the crossbar. Kopak to Conlon. Conlon shot just wide. Wakeham. Wakeham down to Bruce. Bruce over to Kopak. Kopak up front to Shearer. Shearer shot is blocked. Williams with it now. Williams shot just wide, and that will do it for the second period. My name is James Ryan. Don't go away. We still got another full period of action-packed hockey left to be played. Welcome back to Highpoint Sports. My name is James Bryan, and we're in for an electric third period of U15 major action between the Dartmouth Whalers and the Halifax Wolverines. It is tied up 2-2. Taylor now with the puck. Taylor up to McDougall. Oh, taken away by Williams. Williams up to Harple. Harple back to Sim. Mosher. Now here's Harple with it. Harple to McDonald. McDonald shot. Saved by Higgs. Puck is loose. McDougall. Williams keeps it in to Sim. Sim. Sim now still with it. Sim. Across to McDonald. McDonald shot. Just wide. Kopak, Conlon to Ripley, Ripley down to Shearer, Shearer out front to Conlon, Conlon shot, scores! Jared Conlon breaks the tie here, and the captain puts his team up 3-2. Taylor.
Halifax Wolverines goal, scored number 15, Jared Conlon. Assist number 16,
Shot.
Shearer. Time of that goal, 59 seconds. Conlon from Shearer at 59 seconds.
Here's Brown. Brown. One back by Conlon. Conlon skating now with it. Conlon up to Norton Connors now. Norton Connors chips it down. Chips it to Wyand. Wyand. Wyand down to Taylor. Taylor to Kopak. Kopak up to Brown. Brown to Taylor. Taylor to Brown. Brown to Taylor. Taylor up back up to Taylor. Taylor to Sim. Sim shoots it down. Played behind by Higgs. Higgs to Norton Connors. Norton Connors to Parker. Parker now still with it. Parker dumps it down to McKay. No good. McKay up to Taylor. Taylor up. Kept in by Sim. Sim down to Harple. Or Rutledge. Puck is loose. McKay with it. McKay tries to find Parker, no good. Now here's Rutledge. Rutledge. Shot. Saved by Norton Connors. Now here's Taylor. Taylor. Pass up to Taylor. Taylor. Up to Brown. Brown to Sim. Sim. Down to Brown. Brown. Up to Taylor. Here's Rutledge. Now here's McKay. McKay. Ripley now with a Ripley shot. Saved by Higgs. Here we go. Face off here in the offensive zone. McDonald. Back to Williams. Played by McDonald. McDonald now. Skates past LaRue. McDonald. Up to Harple. Harple taken away by Wakeham. Wakeham. Up to Williams. Williams shot. Saved by Higgs. Face off here in the offensive zone. 16:54 remaining here in this third and final period. As McDonald wins it back to Williams. Williams shot blocked. Harple back, intercepted by Chip. Chip deflected by Ripley. Wakeham now with it. Wakeham. Harple tries to get it down. Blocked by Chisholm. Harple down to McDonald. McDonald out front to Harple. Harple loses it. Now here's McDougall. McDougall up to Chip. Chip coming through to Ripley. Ripley up to Lateria. Now here's Harple. Harple now coming through. Harple shot. Saved by Higgs. Here we go. 16:21 remaining here in the third. And we'll have it face off here. Kopak. Won by Norton Connors. Sim. Here's Kopak with the puck. Kopak. Over to Conlon. Conlon to Shearer. Shearer shot. Blocked. Collected by back by Shearer. Here's Berger. Berger. Shot. Tipped. Played by Norton Connors. Stick lifted by Kopak. Y-end now. Y-end. Y-end here. Puck. Puck still loose. Collected by Craig. Craig takes a tumble there. He's on top of the puck. Where's the puck? Taken by Conlon. Conlon. Out to Berger. Berger. Shot. Blocked by Conlon. Conlon now with it. Conlon. Shot out front. Tipped by Norton Connors. Does not hit the net. Here's Shearer. Shearer down to Kopak. Kopak. Trying to get his way through. Kopak. Down to Shearer. Shearer back to Kopak. Kopak loses it. Taken up. Taken by Sim. Sim chips it down. And that will be an icing call. I believe so. Yes. So we will get a penalty here. Looks like that penalty will go to Lachlan McKay. 2 minutes for charging. So the Whalers will get a much needed power play in a tightly contested hockey game. Neutral zone face-off here. Upcoming. Puck drop won by the Whalers. Taken by Williams. Williams to LaRue. LaRue up to Schneier. Schneier takes it. Schneier on the penalty kill. Nice chance here for Schneier. Poked away by Taylor. Schneier dumps it in. Wakeham up to Taylor. Taylor. Taylor coming through. Taylor to Taylor. Taylor over to LaRue. LaRue unable to get his hand on it. LaRue back up to Wakeham. LaRue down to Wakeham. Wakeham shot. Glove save by Tanner Yeh. Minute 17 remaining here on this man advantage here. 14-17 left to go in the third period. And I suppose in the game, Whalers are looking to score a big one here. Wakeham up to Taylor. Taylor shot, pass down to Wakeham. Wakeham out to Taylor. Taylor to Taylor. Taylor to Taylor. Taylor down to Wakeham. Hits his skate. Wakeham looking. Wakeham still with the puck. Wakeham through to McDonald. McDonald shot. Saved by puck is loose. Taylor gets in there. Taylor shot. Puck is still loose. Rutledge. Fans on the dump. McDonald kept in by Taylor. McDonald. Wakeham. Down to Taylor. Taylor to McDonald. McDonald to Johnson. Johnson. Shot down. Played. Oh, shot blocked by Henry Berger. Shot blocked again. This time by Colin McDonald now. Taylor keeps it in. Taylor. Taylor tries to find Wakeham through. Wakeham. Long shift here for the Whalers power play. That's McDonald back to Wakeham. Wakeham back to McDonald, and it's back to 5-on-5. It's McDonald back down to Wakeham. Wakeham stays strong with the puck. Wakeham shot tipped by Johnson. Puck is still loose. Wakeham keeps it in, taken by McKay. McKay up. Kept in by Wakeham. Wakeham now to McDonald. McDonald shoots it down. Played by Ripley. Ripley up to Conlon, and that will be offside. Jared Conlon, Wolverines captain, scored that go-ahead goal early in the third. Jared's brother Liam playing on the Lockview Dragons high school hockey team. And I think he's having a pretty good year. Lockview's first in the league, I think. And he's a big part of that. A Sim, so I've heard. Sim to Wyan. Wyan taken away by McDougall. McDougall shot just wide. Here's Mosher. Mosher coming through. Taken by Kopak. Kopak. Through to Craig. Craig. To Chisholm. Chisholm. Up. Tipped by Mosher. Taken by Sim. Sim. Through to Shearer. Shearer. Up to Conlon. Conlon. Coming through. Tries to get past Craig. Conlon. Craig. Up to Wyan. Wyan shot. Just wide. Here's Craig with it. Craig. To McDougall. McDougall to Chisholm. Chisholm to Craig. Craig up to Brown. Here comes Brown. Brown puts it up the boards. Played by Wyand. Wyand now with it. Wyand back to Chip. Now here's Sim. Sim. Sim to Chip. Chip to Brown. Brown. Now here's Harple. Harple. Harple up to Kopak. Kopak. Played by Wakeham. Wakeham. Stick handles in. Taken by Sim. Sim. Up to Harple. Harple. Coming through. Harple. Shot. Saved by Higgs. McDonald with the rebound. Here's McDonald. Tries to find someone behind the net. No good. Williams taken away by Sear. Sear. Sear loses it. Taken by Chip. Chip tries to find someone up front. No good. Taken away by Williams. Williams. To Sear. Now, here's Lateria. Lateria to Harple. Harple to McDonald. McDonald to Harple. Harple to LaRue. LaRue to McDonald. McDonald to Harple. Harple taken by Norton Connors. Now here comes Norton Connors. Norton Connors shot just wide. Wyand. Wyand with the puck. Wyand up to Harple. Harple to Berger. Berger back down to Wyand. Wyand up to McDonald. McDonald to Taylor. Taylor now to Chisholm. Chisholm up to Sim. Off the stick of Sim. Collected by Berger. Berger back down to Wyand. Wyand coming through. Sim pokes it through. Now here's Rutledge with it. Rutledge coming through. Shot just wide. Taylor. Taylor up. Collected by Sim at the blue line. Sim to Rutledge. Rutledge. Rutledge now. Back to Parker. Parker to Williams. Williams shot. Save. Parker tries to get it. No good. Parker to Rutledge. Rutledge taken out by Chisholm. Chisholm. And here's Sim. Sim. Now taken away by Bruce. Bruce. Up. Taken by Williams. And here's Brown. Brown chips it down. Intercepted by Williams. Williams up. Taylor gets it. Taylor. Up to Brown. Brown. Taylor coming through. Looks like that puck will be covered by Yea. 8:29 remaining here in the third period. It is a one-goal hockey game. And the Dartmouth Whalers will get an offensive zone face-off here with time of the essence in this U15 regular season game. Wolverines looking for their 8th win of the season to extend their winning streak to 3. Johnson down to Taylor. Taylor taken by Berger. Berger. Coming through. Berger up to Conlon. Conlon through. Collected by Wakeham. Wakeham. Shot down. Played by Ripley. Up to Conlon. Conlon. To Kopak. Kopak. Shot just wide. Wakeham down. Taken by Kopak. Kopak a wrap around. Saved by Higgs. Craig with it. Craig. Fires up. To Johnson, and Berger gets a hold. That will not sure of what the call is there. So now the Wolverines have an offensive zone face-off. Once again, I don't know what the whistle was for. However, I'm not a ref. Y-end to Harple. Harple. Down to McDonald. McDonald in front to Harple. Harple shot blocked. Brown to Craig. Craig. Craig up to Brown. Brown, Harple with it. Harple shot, saved by Higgs. Another shot, another save. Dangerous chance there. Stopped by Higgs. Brown with it. Brown dumps it down, kept in by Berger. Or Sim. Brown. Taylor digging. Taylor poked free. Now here's Felix McDonald. McDonald now with it. McDonald tries to find Harple through. McDonald up to McDougall. McDougall shot blocked, and that will hit the mesh. We will have a offensive zone face-off here. 6:35 remaining in this third period. And we will have an offensive zone face-off in the Whalers zone. Whalers offensive zone. That is. McDonald. Puck dropped. One back to Williams. Williams. Over to Ripley. Ripley to McKay. McKay to Schneier. Back to Ripley. Ripley. To Williams. Williams. Shot up. Taken by Taylor. Taylor. Up. Tries to find Mosher. Now McDougall will get it. McDougall, and that will be offside. So we will have a defensive zone face-off for the Whalers upcoming. 6:07 remaining in this third period. The Wolverines with a win would be their 8th win of the season and their 23rd point. Shearer up to Kopak. Kopak can't get his stick on it. Back to Shearer. Shearer spin move there, knocked off by Taylor. Kopak. Taylor takes a tumble there, and now Conlon has the puck behind the net. Conlon out to Berger. Berger shot Blocked. Conlon with it. Conlon down to Kopak. Taylor. Now here's Kopak with the puck. Kopak with the puck behind the net. Kopak. Up to Shearer. Shearer. Shot. Saved by Higgs. Conlon. Conlon down to Kopak. Kopak loses it. Taken by Chisholm. Chisholm to Mosher. Mosher. Kopak takes the puck away. Kopak out front to Conlon. Conlon loses it. McDougall shakes it off. Kopak. Kopak up to Berger. Berger. Down to Shearer. Shearer. Down to Kopak. Kopak. Back taken by Taylor. And that will be a penalty for charging. Looks like that'll be on Jax Mosher. And this is not the time for Dartmouth to be taking penalties with less than 5 minutes to go in a game where they are down 1. So we'll have it face off in the offensive zone. Puck dropped. Harple. Back to Ripley. Ripley. Over to Sim. Sim. Down to Williams. Williams. Back to Sim. Sim. Back to McDonald. McDonald shot. Save. Wakeham. Big head on Lateria. Minute 47 still left on this power play, so the Whalers will have to kill this off pretty quickly here. Doesn't look like Wakeham will get a penalty for that shot there after the whistle. Whalers trying to rally their team to kill this penalty. Harple to Sim. Sim to Ripley. Ripley over to McDonald. McDonald back to Sim. Sim down to McDonald. McDonald down to Harple. Harple tries to find McDonald. No front, no good. Bruce dumps it down. Played by Yeah. Sim with the puck behind the net. Sim up. Taken by Craig. Craig dumps it in. Yeah plays it. Wyand with the puck behind the net. Wyand to McDonald. Battle here on the boards. Harple. Shot. Fans on it. Wakeham gets it. Craig. Higgs pokes it out. McDougall. McDougall looking to dump. Fan on the first one. Got the second one. Now here comes Taylor on the forecheck. Taylor. Muscled off by Wyand. Wyand. Wakeham. McDougall up. Taylor pokes it free. Shearer. Shearer with the puck in the open ice. Shakes off a check. Wakeham plays it up. Shearer keeps it in. Shearer. Down to Kopak. Kopak to Shearer. Shearer to Berger. Berger over to Williams. Williams. Shot. Just wide. Kopak to Berger. Berger back to Kopak. And this power play is over. Nice kill by the Whalers. Now they will have to be on the offense. Shearer with the puck. Poke free. Now here comes Mosher. Mosher's got some legs. Mosher coming through. Mosher makes a nice move. Nice save by Ye. Stays with it. Ye pokes it out to Kopak. Kopak up to Conlon. Conlon comes around. Conlon shot just wide. Shearer. Down to Taylor. Taylor. Up. Play by McKay in the neutral zone. McKay now coming up. McKay tries to find Parker. No good. Taken by Chip. Chip. Chip now, and that will be an icing with 2:03 to go in this third and final period.
Real estate and Globe. Jonesco Contractors.
Whalers will need to be all hands on deck here. It looks like, oh, that must be Wakeham over there. No, Wakeham is not on the ice right now for the Whalers. Taylor up to Johnson. Johnson shot, saved by Ye. So now with 1:54, the Whalers will pull the goalie. Timeout is called by the Whalers. We'll be right back. It happen. Here we go. 1:54 remaining here in the third. Whalers have their goalie pulled. Extra attacker on the ice. Face off one. Back to Taylor. Wakeham gets the puck. Wakeham poked free. Hits the mesh. So we got 1:45 to go here in the third. And we will get another offensive zone face-off here for the Whalers. Whalers got best on best here. Williams kept it by Taylor. Taylor to Ripley. Ripley up to Taylor. Taylor keeps it in. Kopak up. Played by Taylor. Taylor. Taylor over to Wakeham. Wakeham up to Taylor. Taylor to Wakeham. Wakeham being patient with it. Up to Taylor. Taylor to Wakeham. Wakeham shot down by Shearer. Blocked by Conlon. Conlon shot. Nice block by Taylor. But that will be a high stick. However, I think they will sacrifice the high stick call in order to save a goal. Nice play by Jack Taylor to knock down the puck and save a goal, which would have surely iced this one for the Halifax Wolverines. Higgs will have to return to the net, but no question she will be gone soon. 1:09 remaining here in this third and final period. It's a 3-2 game. Ref drops a puck, collected by Taylor. Taylor down to Taylor. Taylor up to Wakeham. But that will be an icing. Yes. 1:01 in the third, and they will have another defensive zone face-off here. Whalers, if they were able to make this comeback in the short amount of time allotted to them, it would be their third win of the season. Or if the game goes to OT and they lose, it would be their second overtime loss of the season. I did the game a couple weeks ago where they lost 6-7 in overtime to the Rangers. It was a good game. Sim. Here we go. Brown tips it in. Puck in the opposite zone. Higgs is gone to the bench. Sim now with the puck. Sim to Conlon. Conlon coming up. Conlon puts it through to Shearer. It's in Shearer's jersey. Looks like, so we will get a neutral zone face-off here with about 42 seconds remaining in this third period. Face-off one back to Taylor. Taylor, pass. Shot, hits the post. Almost Conlon now with it. Conlon. Conlon up to McDougall. McDougall down to Brown. Brown coming up. Brown, pass up to McDougal. McDougal to Brown. Brown. Puck is loose. Johnson had it. Johnson shot, no good. Taken by Wyand. Wyand to Shearer. Shearer, and that will do it. Wolverines come away with a nail-biter 3-2, and there's some extracurricular here after the game is done. Wakeham getting into it with Wyand. So the Whalers drop another one. That is their 6th loss in a row, and the Wolverines extend their winning streak to 3. Wakeham is not happy, you can tell. So that will do it here at the Zaston Sportsplex. For everyone watching at home, my name is James Bryan, as always with High Button Sports. Tune in tomorrow for when the Steel Subaru